She never thought she'd survive that night. One moment she was locking up after a late shift. The next she was staring into the cold, empty eyes of a man determined to end her life. Alone. Trapped. Forgotten. This is not just a story of violence. It's a story of survival, resilience, and how a black woman refused to let darkness define her. Her name is Maya. At 27 she was working 2 jobs in Atlanta, Georgia. A barista by day, a janitor by night, dreaming of opening her own bakery one day. Maya had fought her whole life to carve out her own little space in the world. Growing up she'd seen too much. Friends lost to violence, family torn apart by the system, but she kept going. Smiling. Hustling. Hoping. It was after 11:30 p.m. Maya had just finished mopping the back hallway of a downtown office building. She was tired, keys jingling in her hand, phone tucked under her arm, earbuds in. She never heard him coming. A man, hooded, gloves on, stepped from the shadows. In a flash, he grabbed her by the neck and shoved her hard against the wall. She dropped her phone. It cracked against the tile. Maya tried to scream, but the man's grip tightened. He dragged her toward the stairwell. Concrete. Isolation. There were no cameras there. No witnesses. The next few minutes felt like a lifetime. He beat her mercilessly, demanding money she didn't have, accusing her of things she didn't understand. He fought back, clawing, scratching, kicking, but he was stronger. And when he pulled a knife, she thought it was over. In those final moments, something deep inside Maya, the same grit that carried her through all the years of hardship, exploded. With one last desperate surge, she kneed him hard and broke free. She sprinted, barefoot, bleeding, into the night. And for the first time that night, she screamed. Loud. Raw. Unstoppable. Police were called. Maya was rushed to the hospital. A concussion, a fractured wrist, bruised ribs. But the deepest wounds weren't the ones the doctors could see. When Maya looked in the mirror, she didn't recognize herself. Fear clung to her like a second skin. Nightmares, panic attacks, flashbacks, they became her new normal. And as she sat alone in her small apartment weeks later, surrounded by unopened bills and medical forms, Maya felt something she had never allowed herself to feel before. Defeat. But Maya's story doesn't end there. One night, scrolling through her cracked phone, she found a local support group for survivors of violence. She almost didn't go. But something, a whisper, a memory, a stubborn spark inside her, pushed her to show up. For months she sat in that cold church basement listening, crying, healing. She met other women. Women like her, strong, hurting but refusing to be broken. Slowly Maya started rebuilding herself piece by piece. She began baking again, first in tiny batches, then selling homemade cookies at community events. Each batch was a small rebellion against fear. Each smile from a customer, a piece of her stitched back together. Today Maya owns her own small bakery. It's called Second Sunrise. Every morning she unlocks the door to her shop with steady hands. There's still fear sometimes, still shadows. But now, there's more light than darkness. Maya didn't just survive. She fought her way back to life. She is living proof that no matter how deep the night, hope is always waiting on the other side. If Maya's story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true stories of resilience and hope. Because in the darkest shadows, we find the brightest light.